Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T-22 medium. It's a tier 10 Soviet reward medium tank located on the south border of Ruinberg under the command of FiliPer1n0. And this is a double header because we've got two replays featuring the new tank that's just come into the game, the T-22 medium. Well, development of this tank started in 1949. And it was actually to test a specific type of hull called the A-22, which was a hull design, as you can probably see. It's got a pipe nose that runs all the way up to the turret, and you'll see that, yep, as you can see now. Got into a good advantageous position here, and he can now get shots at the enemy and he's hull down. And this turret is actually quite strong, but he's up against some serious opposition up there. Now he's got a 100mm gun firing standard APCR, capable of doing 320 alpha, but he is taking a lot of damage here, and he's decided he's going to go inside now. You can see one of those rounds went right through the top of the turret, so he's just going to stick in here just for a moment. His teammates have gone up to the village as well, which is going to sort of like put the pressure on the enemy. And okay, now he's going to come out again and see if he can get some damage from a hold down position. Okay, well this tank went through all the design process, and they built the hull and they built the turret and they went for ballistic tests, but unfortunately they cancelled the project, and all the research work actually went into the 907 after that. But the 907 was cancelled as well because they realised that, well, just about any gun could penetrate the 907 hull, and instead they stuck with the T-54, which was already in production by then and probably the most produced medium tank after the war. Funnily enough, the T-54 was actually designed during the war, but it took them so long to design it that it didn't actually come into service until long after the war had ended. Almost a decade had passed by the time it came in. Well, as you can see at the moment, FiliPer1n0's managed to lose half his hit points, but he's done some damage to the enemy, gets another shot in, this time round hits the enemy T-22 medium. In fact, there's a couple of them up there. And that's the T-95E6, the one who hit him so heavily earlier. Oh, kill shot! Now remember, it's 320 alpha, and he's firing standard APCR, and he's got heat rounds as well if he needs to, but he doesn't need them at the moment. So decent penetration with these shells, 264mm with standard, and with the premium rounds it does 330. It's in a very aggressive position. I think a lot of people would risk a lot of damage if they actually went into this position early on in the battle, but I think FiliPer1n0 was prepared to do that on the grounds that he would actually benefit from extreme damage on the enemy as well if it paid off and he managed to get in. He's looking for any targets hiding behind the enemy. There should be some. There's an FE4005 somewhere, and there's the enemy T-22 medium, and he's gone. Okay, they've still got another T-22 medium somewhere. There he is. Oh, he managed to get around into the tracks, but FiliPer1n0's round actually hit the hull and it went through. Oh, he's bounced around from an EBR as well. Pull him back in. The EBR round was a heat round as well, so probably wise. Oh, yes! Pays him back by killing him. Okay, so he's now got 2 kills, and he could make a rush over to the enemy rear, but if he did, that Heshbarn's out there somewhere, he might take a round from that. He doesn't really want to because it would be a game-ending shot. He's just having a quick look every now and then, see if he can spot the guy. All he can see at the moment is that T-22, and he can't hit him because he's behind the buildings, but he's gone! And now I think this is his opportunity to go. There's the enemy Arty. Can he get a shot? Yes, he can. Gets one in, but it doesn't kill him. Go for the kill shot. He's running. Yeah, he's gone. So that's his third kill, but he was spotted. There's the Heshbon. Can he get a shot? Yes, just. Nice one, right through the turret, using the APCR. Over again, yes, gets another one. I'm sure that Heshbon doesn't like what's happening. He's decided to come out and go for it. Is the Heshbon looking this way? He fires on the move. Gets some spotting off it. There's the enemy Arty. I think he's going to go for the Jaeger. Got the rear of him. Puts one in. Now, can he immobilize this guy round through the tracks? No, he's just going to fire into the body of the vehicle because he can do it and kill him. Doesn't get the kill shot. Unlucky, but that is the end of the game. It's all over. And a badly mauled T-22 medium. Let's have a look at the second battle. And the second battle is from the south spawn of El Halluf, and I think you can see the pike nose. It's very similar in many ways to the 907 with that V-shaped hull, and well, in some ways it actually resembles the T10 as well, with the flat plate across the centre, across the front of the nose rather, but with the angled pike as well. It's kind of interesting a tank. Unfortunately, just cancelled in development. Now, it has got good mobility. It's got good top speed, 55 kilometers an hour forward speed, and it's also got impressive gun handling, as you saw in that last replay. The FiliPer1n0 was absolutely hammering the enemy with each shot that he fired, and he's found an EVR-90 behind who's come up the hill. Unfortunately, he's gone behind that rock, which makes him very difficult to take out. But I think he's going to hang around here just in case he can get something on him. Yep, he does. Oh, he got a fire, I think, as well. Unfortunately, the guy had a fire extinguisher which went off. Now, the bad things about this tank is that the frontal armour is not so good. It's not so great. I think actually they just cocked up. The frontal armour on the hull is 100mm at the front, 80 at the sides and 80 at the rear. So the armour is not huge, but you see there he took 2 rounds, both of them went into the tracks. Gun depression, well, again, it's not great. It's only 5 degrees. And of course that's showing as well there. He took a round from the Progetto 54. He sees a Barask. I think he wants to hit that guy, but he can't. For a second there, I thought he was going to get a shot through the T-125's cupola. Instead, he's sneaking back up the other side. You can reverse side scrape in this vehicle, and he manages to get away with it there. Oh, he just bounced 2 rounds, reverse side scraping, which just goes to show you can do it. Now, this is one of the reward tanks you can get, I believe, if you take part in the next season, or this season, of Steel Hunter and Frontline and everything like that. At least I think it is. Not so sure. Oh, took a round from the EBR from down in the field, and now the E5's looking at him. But he gets another round in. Oh, and the kill shot comes in, and it was the Object 260 who got it. Okay, who's next? Oh, Z100. Lower plates, yep. Put that one just right through the right spot, and unfortunately 260 actually shot him in the back of the turret. But luckily the round didn't do any damage. Thank goodness for no team damage anymore, because that could have been hairy. Okay, there's a Foch over there somewhere. Can he get a shot on this E100 as he backs down? Yes, I think he can. Oh, go for the little plate. Didn't get it through. He's reloading a heat round. Can he get another one into that front plate? Instead, he's going for the turret. Couldn't get the lower plates. Took a round for 499. Guy must be using the 128mm. Now he's going for the Type 61, puts one in, 306, low roll, can he get another one in? Takes a round from the Type 61, he's a one shot now, can ram kill him, and I think he wants to do that, nobody doesn't, he shoots him, and now he's behind the E100, so now the E100 is in a whole world of trouble. And he's got 2 tanks behind him, and he's tracked. Track him again. Oh, he got a fire! And he goes! So that's 2 kills now for FiliPer1n0. But he's making the dash to see if he can get across before that 122 TM sees him. Yep. And he bounces 1 round. Fires on the move. Reloading APCR. Now the enemy's only got 1 Arty, so he's only going to be facing shells from one Arty carry firing down this way, but he might not be firing. Oh! And the Type T-34-3 actually has a Russia round stuff to the brain, comes down from there and gets wiped out. That was a very, very bad move by him. And now we've got the GSOR, who's a 1-shot. He's gone. That's 4 kills. Can he get 5? Now he's up against the Bosch. Goes for the observation device, gets a perfect hit. Can he get another one in? I think he can. Good gun handling on this. Puts him out of his misery. That's his 5th kill. Now he's going for his Top Gun. The 122 came down the cliff, but he's not going to go for him. Instead, he's actually changing his mind. And I think he might be going for the Arty. It's only the Arty and the Striv S1 left. And of those 2, I think the Striv is less dangerous, more dangerous rather. So I think FiliPer1n0's decided, yeah, I can get my Top Gun, but I'm going to have to do it off the Arty. He's loaded a HE round. Now these rounds are capable of doing 420 alphas, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to wipe him out in 1 shot, but he might be able to if he gets a nice roll. Hello, Mr. Arty. Top Gun, ram him! Yes! A gentle ram to get his Top Gun, and he wins the game. So a very efficient game there for FiliPer1n0 again. Very good game, very lucky game as well. That E100 forced him to actually change his mind and go around to deal with his very big gun, the 128mm. And as a result, he actually picks up another kill, which gives him enough to get the Top Gun in the end, and he chose the right target. Instead, if he'd gone for the Striv, he might have taken damage and gone out the game, but by going for the Arty, he was much more able to claim that 6th kill and his medal. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. Well, in the first battle on Ruinberg, FiliPer1n0 managed to get a first-class tanker in the T-22 medium. He also got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 8, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, and a Confederate medal as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. In fact, even the archery got 3 kills. He still got a Confederate on top of that. So, yeah, it just goes to show how efficient he was. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he was streets ahead of everyone else, 5,251 hit points of damage. The next high scorer being the Object 277 with 2,842, followed by the MX50 Foch with 2,553. Now, I think the reason why he didn't get a high caliber out of this one, well, at one point or other, I think he might have actually struck one of his own teammates with one of his shells accidentally, and as a result, I think he got disqualified, because I think he did have at least 20% of the enemy hit pool towards the end of the game, but it just didn't come up as a medal at the end. When it came to kills, again, he's got the highest number with 3 kills, 2 kills for the Death Star, the Object 277, the Object 140 on his own team, and nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill. In fact, only 1 tank got a kill, and it was a T-22 medium as well, which is another sign that this tank is actually going to probably get nerfed in the future. When it came to base XP, yet again, he's the only one at the top who's managed to get over 1,000, 1,129 to him, 847 to the Object 277, 812 to the T-100 LT. He fired 24 rounds. In this game, he only got 19 hits and 16 penetrations. The reason was he was firing at some targets which were very fast moving, and it was difficult to get the shell onto the target at the time, especially when he was under extreme fire. 2 splash. Damage of 5,251 hit points, of which 1,327 were at more than 300 meters. He received 9 hits from the enemy, 3 of which penetrated. 1 of those went straight through the roof, as you saw, and 6 non-penetrations. He blocked damage of 1,810 hit points in total. 4 enemy vehicles were spotted, 9 enemy vehicles were damaged and 3 were killed, and 2,361 hit points of spotting assist. He also managed to get 13 capture points right at the end, because when he was shooting the Jaegeru, he was actually sitting in the cap at the time. On a premium count, he earned 52,223 credits, got 39,168 from personal reserves, and another 15,667 from battle payments, so his total 133,170 credits altogether. And after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, and despite the fact that he fired a lot of premium rounds in the game, he stuck to the APCR when he could to actually reduce his costs, and he still came out with a profit of 54,187 credits for a 5 minute 40 battle, 5 minutes 40 seconds battle. So very good score in terms of credits. 1,129 XP, 85 for this being a premium vehicle. They don't give you much in the way of boosting on XP when it's a reward vehicle. That's always been the case. You get much more in the way of boost on XP on premiums if it's a tank that you actually paid for. 1,779 experience points altogether. So that was the first game on Ruinberg. Rather a hectic game. Let's have a look at the second one on El Halluf. Well, in the El Halluf game, he also got a first class tanker. He got a Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemies, a Spotter badge again for getting at least 1,000 hit points of spotted damage, a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 10, an Arsonist because he set light to one of the enemy and he burned to death. I think that was the E100. He also got a Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a Fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. In this one, he got a Steel Wall for blocking the most damage in the game. He did get the High Caliber in this one for getting the highest damage in the game, and he also got a Top Gun by killing that last enemy, the Arty. Yes, we don't like to see Arty killed, but if they have to be on the red team or the enemy team, yes, they've got to go down to win the game. And yes, it was nice that he picked up the Top Gun by selecting the right target. If he'd gone after that Striv, he might not have survived. Anyway, let's have a look at the team score. 5,826 hit points of damage. The next high scorer, the SU-130PM, only managed 3,161, and after that it was the Progetto who managed 2,689. You can see a medium tank here was putting the heavy tanks to shame and doing almost twice as much damage as the heavy tanks. Yes, it's rather funny, isn't it? But I think that's down to the skill of the player more than anything else. When it came to kills, 6 kills, a Top Gun for FiliPer1n0, 2 kills for the Object 260, the Progetto and the Tiger 2 on the enemy team. Very few of their teammates managed to get any kills at all. Only 4 of them actually managed kills, and only 1 got more than 1. And when it came to base XP, yes, FiliPer1n0's top again, so he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,344 to FiliPer1n0, 1,111 to the Progetto, and 922 to the SU-130PM. He fired 26 rounds in this game, 23 direct hits, 18 penetrations, 5,826 hit points of damage, of which 413 were at more than 300 meters. I think that was the shot that he fired at the EBR in the valley. 13 hits received from the enemy, 3 penetrations, 8 non-penetrations. I think one of those penetrations came from the E100, who managed to get him for quite a sizable chunk of points. And he decided instead of confronting him on frontally, which of course is a bad move because it's 27 centimeters of armor on that turret, and you have to go for the lower plate. But if you can't see the lower plate, then you have to go around and try and get the sides or the rear of the E100 instead. So he made the right move, and he got 8 non-penetrations, 3 hits received by way of splash as well, people firing HE at him, and 1,830 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 4 enemy vehicles were spotted, 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 6 were killed, and 1,111 hit points of spotting assist. On a free-to-play account, he earned 56,379 credits, got 14,095 from battle payments, so a total of 70,474 credits. But he did have to fire a lot more premium ammo in this game. I say premium, special ammo. Well, it was heat rounds anyway. And as a consequence of that and the consumables, he actually made a loss of 56,558 credits for the game overall. But as you've seen in the previous battle, he'll make that back in no time at all of other battles. 1,344 base XP, 67 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 1,411 experience points altogether. He's Just really happy with this tank, not going to lie, he rather likes it. Yes, the T-22 medium is performing, and you saw he was able to reverse side scrape in a medium on El Halluf. It was quite amusing to see that, but obviously he knew that he could do that, and so he sort of like backed onto the corner, and 2 rounds bounced off the sides of him, simply because he was nicely side scraping off them. So yes, you can do that in this tank. It is reasonable when it comes to mobility. It's got good damage from that gun. The only problem really is that it's so OP at the moment in random battles that it's very likely that Wargaming are going to nerf it sometime in the future, and they're already indicating that that's more than likely what's going to happen. So enjoy it while you can, because it may not be around in this form for much longer before they change it. It's one of those reward tanks which maybe they got the characteristics a little wrong on, so they need to nerf it just a bit. In a sense, it's a bit like the Object 907, which is also a very OP medium tank, and another tank, a reward tank that you see rarely on the battlefield, but they are very deadly. So I hope you enjoyed this replay and the other battle, both replays. If you did enjoy it, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.